Welcome my friend, Seven Gray here. Thank you for joining me for this tour today. Today I have Gabe here and we're going to be taking a look at his cargo trailer conversion. And so I'm going to turn over the rest of this video to Gabe to give us a tour.
What's up guys, my name's Gabe. I'm a musician from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And here we have Nessa, my cargo trailer. She is a 2007 16x7 trailer, and I bought it from a gentleman who in the past used it as like a toy hauler camper. So pretty much all the work on the interior I did. The only thing I didn't do was a screen door. That was the last thing that the guy did before I bought it off him. So we can go check it out. So what we have here is my outdoor solar shower. It's made up of a 6-foot ABS piping. This whole rig you can build yourself for about 80 to 90 bucks just from parts at Home Depot. The most expensive part you'll find is the hole saw you need to cut a hole in the top. But basically how this works, it holds about 4 gallons. You have the fill in the top here. This screws off, put your water in, screw it back on. I have a Schrader valve right here so you can pressurize it so you don't have to do any gravity fed stuff like that. So you pressurize, hook up a standard, this is just standard garden hose spigot right here, and then fill it up, pressurize, and boom, you got a shower. And if you're in heat like this, wait about an hour or two and you'll have a nice, reasonably hot shower. Alright guys, so now we're going to check out my solar rig. It's constructed of channel strut that I kind of fabricated myself because I wasn't really sure how to mount and make a tilt rig for the panels. But the way I get up there, in lieu of a ladder, if I had a ladder I'd totally use it, but I don't. I park my pickup right against the trailer, and that gives me enough height to where I can kind of get a foot up there and move the panels up. So now we can check out how these things work. So this is how the tilt rig works. I have my channel strut, and then I have these 3/4 inch spring bolts right here that just attach to the strut. Most of the stuff you can buy at Home Depot too, or just order online. So the way I do, these are normally clamped down so they don't go anywhere while I'm driving. So what you do is you're going to loosen these spring bolts, these spring nuts right here. And once they're loose, kind of get a foot up on the rig. And these just come right up like that. Now this particular tilt rig, oh, and then you got to tighten them down, of course. That's that. And it's pretty sturdy too. This particular tilt rig is all fabricated out of channel strut, and these are called single channel adjustable braces. You can't find these at Home Depot. You got to order these online. I forget the name of the parts store I found, but if you Google it, a few places will come up. They're about 20 bucks a pop. But yeah, it's this tilt rig goes up to 45-degree angle. Ideally, I wanted it to go to 60 for like the winter times. I think 60 is like the ideal angle for the sun, but 45 is plenty for my purposes. But it does the job. It's really stable, holds up to winds and stuff like that. So, and it's yeah, it's been a solid rig for me since I built it last year. We're going to take a look at the inside now. We'll start with the screen door. This was the only thing that the previous owner built. The only thing that was here when I bought it. Everything else I'm about to show on the inside was all done by myself and my good friend Max. So let's check out the inside. Alright guys, welcome to my home. We'll start with the kitchen area right here. So nothing too crazy here, just the kitchen is constructed of 3/4 and 1/2 inch plywood. Cabinets are nothing super fancy, pretty much just boxes that, you know, houses my pantry, houses some of my dishes and coffee and other things like that. We have a 3-burner stove over here. Doesn't have an igniter, so I just gotta light it, but that's not a huge deal. We also have my sink. These dishes are totally clean, but it's just runs off a standard 12-volt pump that I have underneath the sink, which I can show you in a minute. But just flip the switch on. Got water there for my sink and stuff. Here, we'll take a look at my systems that I have here. Starting here, we have the lovely 3-way nomadic fridge. I run it on propane just because it's the most efficient on propane. Doesn't kill my batteries, but I love this thing. It's great. I forget what the exact cubic footage or storage space of the fridge is, but it's definitely enough for 1 person or 2 people if I have a friend for the weekend. So it's great. I love this fridge. Below the sink, we have my water systems. So we have a 30-gallon freshwater tank right there. A 6-gallon gray water tank, which is that's just your standard like water jerry can from Walmart. Just standard plumbing fixtures and stuff like that. I have a air compressor right here, which I hook up to my shower, which I showed you earlier. So that's pretty much the water systems right there. Okay, so here's my electrical system. I guess starting with the panels, I have 6 100-watt Renogy panels up on the roof. They're all wired in parallel with 12 volts. It comes down to my electrical system down here. I have standard on and off switch, fuses and all that stuff. My MPPT 60 amp charge controller. This thing's great. It's like a weird like Chinese brand one inverter. I was kind of sketched out when I bought it at first, but it's actually been a very reliable charge controller for the price, so not bad. And then I have 400 amp hour 12 volt batteries. These are also by Renogy. I like Renogy, they make good stuff. All wired parallel 12 volt. Then I have a DC breaker right here for all my 12 volt appliances and stuff. And then I have a 1000-watt Xantrex inverter for my AC 120. Alright, so here's some of my wardrobe and other storage items here. Just basic, again, I didn't really want to do anything too crazy with the cabinets, so I just kept it simple. They're just boxes with shelves just to house all my shirts and stuff like that. So shirts and stuff like there. I got jackets and stuff down there. Shoes go down in that little cubby in the bottom. And then everywhere else that basically has a lid is just storage for anything else that I need to have storage for. Okay, so here we have my studio setup. So as I mentioned earlier, I'm a touring musician. That's my main gig. So when I was building the rig, having a functional and comfortable workstation was very important to me. This is actually one of the first things I considered when I built the rig. So this was very important. So this is my studio setup. Again, it's nothing too crazy. I just have a standard laptop with some JBL 5-inch speakers. These things are awesome. And then everything's kind of wired to my power conditioner over here. I have my, for all the guitar nerds out there, this is my Kemper Profiler. I love this thing. I use it for all my recording and live guitar purposes. And yeah, I just wanted it to be nice and open and comfortable, which is the goal of this whole space as well. A nice open environment where I can write and draw inspiration and creativity from. So I love my space. I love my workstation. Okay, so we're gonna go over some of my more of my storage compartments here. So up here, I have just some hats and books, some other miscellaneous items and stuff like that. Over here, I have a lot of my guitar and musical stuff: strings, picks, tools, tape measure, all kinds of random odds and ends and stuff like that that I use periodically and not periodically for my musical needs. These cabinets are actually a quick note on cabinets for if you guys are building your own. I use magnet catches for the cabinets. I recommend doing something more secure than magnets because they hold for the most part, but if you go down a really bumpy road, they have a tendency to do that, but and stuff falls out. So that was definitely a personal design flaw when I realized after embarking on my mobile lifestyle. But they, for the most part, they do the job. But if you're building your own, don't do magnets. Over here we have some of my guitars. I'm currently writing an album for my band, Enterprise Earth, right now. So these are my tools that I'm using right now. This particular band, it's like a heavy metal, death metal band. So we have some heavy, large instruments to facilitate that. A few of my guitars. This is my 8-string Dalbello multi-scale. It's a super sick guitar. I just got this one recently, but I love this thing. Doing a lot of writing on it. And then I also work with a company called Strictly 7. This is one of my 7 strings by them, which I've had for a very, very long time. This is my trusty metal warhorse right here that I've used on many albums. So that's just some of my guitars. I have some more down there. I have an acoustic, a bass, and a few other odds and ends and stuff like that. I also have some storage right here as well for some of my other musical needs and just other random storage things down there. So over here we have some more upper storage. I keep some more clothes up here, like pajamas, socks, underwear, sheets, towels, all that stuff. These shelves, there's also like a little crevasse up top where I lazily throw my shirts and pants and stuff like that I've worn in a previous day or something like that. But it's pretty handy. It's just extra storage for hats and clothes and whatever else I need to place random things. Also in the back, you can't see it unless I open the back hatch, but there is another storage compartment under this side of the bed. It just has like my spare tire, like trailer accessories, some tools, some other gear that I don't always need, but it's back there if I need to use it or if I need to change my tires or something like that. So here's my little like breakfast nook area. So this is where I eat my meals and enjoy my morning coffee and all that stuff, and partake in things. Yeah, this is just a little table. Both of these benches also have storage underneath, so I can put stuff in them.
Gabe is a musician, as he mentioned earlier, and he has a band. And you have music online?
Yeah, so I play in a few bands here. My touring band is called Enterprise Earth. You can find us at enterpriseearthband.com. Also search for us on Facebook and Instagram. I also have like an acoustic, like kind of progressive rock band called The Harvest Color, if you're looking for stuff that isn't as metal. Okay. And that's just Instagram, Instagram The Harvest Color, and you'll find us there.
Okay, I'm going to put links down below to all of that so you can get a hold of him. But again, thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching. Savor the moment, and I'll see you in another video tour.